Hey, good evening to all you wrestling fans on YouTube and the Godfather of Soul, Justin Lewis Swimming. I'm here to give all of you my wrestling history, wrestling birthdays, sports, and pop culture for today, Sunday, June 19th, 2022. Okay, today is a happy 59th birthday to James Fullington, better known as renamed the Sandman from ECW. He made appearances in WWE, WCW, and TNA, which is now called Impact Wrestling. Today's also a happy 30th birthday to Lou, Lou Dark Shanton Shatan, Mexican wrestler from Mexico. Today's a happy 31st birthday to Givendar Singh Tor, better known by his rename Shanky from WWE. Today's a happy 38th birthday to Nozomi Kopo from he's a Japanese wrestler. Today's a happy 42nd birthday to Sari Sumi, Japanese female wrestler. Today's a happy 42nd, 43rd birthday to Bill Rao, American former pro wrestler, currently working in the Northern Eastern Independent Circuit in the United States. Today's also a happy 43rd, 44th birthday to Tyson Moody, better known as Tyson Ducks. And today's a happy 49th birthday to Lou Marconi, American pro wrestler, trainer, and occasional actor. Today's also a happy Today's also a happy 57th birthday to Rafina Romero, better known as Mejor Demente. She's a Mexican female wrestler. Today's also a happy 60 happy 60. See, yeah, today's a happy 57th birthday to Todd Gordon, American businessman. Gordon is the president of Carver W. Reed Corporation Incorporated, a Philadelphia jewelry store and loan office established in 1860. He's also the founder of the defunct pro wrestling promotion Eastern Championship Wrestling, later called Extreme Championship Wrestling, known as ECW. He owned the promotion until it was sold to its head booker, Paul Heyman, in 1995, and he's kissing Roman's ass right now, and the Usos, the Bloodline. Today's also a happy 7th birthday of Felipe Estrada, better known as renamed El Canet. And today also would have been a happy 80. I believe, yeah, he was born in 1938. He was born, he would have been 84 to 80. He would have been 84 today. Edward McDaniel, better known as renamed Wahoo McDaniel, one of the all-time greats in pro wrestling. He died on April 18, 2002, 20 years ago. And today also would have been a happy today also would have been a happy see, today, trying to think. Yeah, he was born in 1936, and he would have been. Yeah, he was born in '86. He would have been 86. He would have been 86 years old today. He's a midget wrestler. His name is William Reed Gillette. Midget wrestler appeared in Memphis in 1981. And today also would have been a happy 87th birthday. 81. Today would have been a happy 87th birthday to George Arnold Dunn, renamed Chief White Owl. Let's go with some wrestling history. On this day in 1902 in Brooklyn, New York, the Star Theater, John Penning defeated Fred Maul. And this day in 1942 in Brooklyn, New York, at the Arthur Stadium, first outdoor card, Rudy Dissett defeated Milo Steinberg. Paul Boysch defeated Jim Austrie. Sailor Dick Lever versus Abe Urias. Private John Godisky versus Al Marcus. George Brooklyn versus Michelle Leone. On this day in 1962, on TV, in Bridgeport, Connecticut, Senior Arena, run by Cracker Wrestling Corporation, Johnny Valentine defeated Golden Terror. Steve Hampton defeated Giz Torres. Tony Manusas defeated Tony Altamore. Arnold Skolden defeated Frank Morgan. Golden Terror defeated Fred Atkins. Shohei Baba defeated Bud Cody. Bobo Brazil defeated Blue Albino. Johnny Valentine defeated Fred Atkins. On this day in 1962, Bill Corey defeated the Mummy. Sailor Art Thomas defeated Mighty Bolo. Great Bolo and John Paul Henning fought in the draw. Andre Drop defeated Treacherous Phillips. Jerry Kozak defeated Carlos Rocha. On this day in 1962 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, from the AWA, Larry the Axe Henning defeated AWA heavyweight champion Mr. M. Dr. Bill Melville DQ. Doug Gilbert defeated Crybaby Cannon. Kay Noble defeated Jessica Rogers. Jack Bissett defeated Stan Kopolsky. Joe Scarpello defeated Jackie Knuckles. Court attendance was 2,570. On this day in 1982 in San Francisco, California, the Cow Palace, an handicap match for our AWA, Hulk Hogan defeated Nick Botwinkle and Bobby Heenan. AWA Tag Team Champions Greg Gunning and Jim Rosell defeated Jerry Blackwell and Sheik Adnan. Tampa Terry defeated Greg Stevens via DQ. Pat Patterson defeated Alexis Smirnoff. Princess Victoria and Sabrina defeated Joyce Grable and Wendy Richter. Jack Boulay defeated Bunk Sunhome. On this day in 1982, hosted by Vince McMahon and Pat Patterson, on champion WWF Championship Wrestling, Salvatore Balemo defeated Charlie Fulton. Black Dirt Mulligan with Freddie Blassie defeated Terry Gunn. Buddy Rose with the Grand Wizard defeated Miguel Feliciano. Larry Sharp defeated Bob Bradley. And WWE Champion Bob Backlund defeated John Ross via submission. The Strongbow brothers with Little Beaver defeated Mike Rivera and Tony Colon. And Bob Orton Jr. with the Grand Wizard defeated Laurent Sochi. On this day in 1982, on WWF All-Star Wrestling, hosted by the old piece of shit Vince McMahon, Pat Patterson, Sway Hansen with Freddie Blassie fought Steve Travis to a double countout at 5:29 when both men were brawling out on the floor. Hanson then left Steve Travis laying on the floor after running his hand into the ring post. WWF Tag Team Champions Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito, Captain Lou Albano defeated Cesty Jones and Miguel Feliciano at 4:39 when Mr. Fuji pins Feliciano with a bomb from the middle of the turnbuckle. Buddy Rose with Grand Wizard defeated Barry Hart with a backbreaker at 2:55. Lawrence Soldier defeated Bob Bradley. Bob Orton Jr. with the Grand Wizard defeated Jeff Craney. Tony Atlas defeated Charlie Coleman. Blackjack Mulligan with Freddie Blassie. Plastic Freddie Blassie defeated Charlie Brown. Salvatore Bellomo defeated Rocky Smith. On this day in 1982, on World Class Championship Wrestling, we know it's a show called Star Wars of Wrestling. It was called Star Wars Super Bowl of Wrestling. Let's see. Their cruiserweight champion El Santorio defeated Rene Gargiardo. Lola Gonzalez defeated Irma Gonzalez. They're like sisters, I think. Yeah, they're sisters. And the modern day warrior Kerry Von Erich defeated Harley Race. And now let's go to the next one. On this day in 1982, on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, the war between Roddy Piper and Mid-Atlantic champion Jack Briscoe escalates. We welcome the debut of the brand new manager to the arena, Sir Oliver Humperdinck. Jay Youngblood is back from Japan, well seasoned and high motored. Some thoughts on how people football 1982 for some reserve wrestlers. Mike's post-traumatic stress over NWA's experimental rule about having matches, having finishes. On this day in 1982 in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Paul Orndorff versus Chick Donovan. Sika versus Tom Pritchard and Alpha versus Kevin Sullivan versus Tommy Rich versus Ole Anderson. Tag team title match the Freebirds. Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy versus John Studd and the Super Destroyer for the title. No Sonny King match after often seeking. On this day in 1982 at the Civic Center, over 8,900 were in attendance at a house show in Baltimore, Maryland for the World Wrestling Federation, now WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. Pete Sanchez fought Johnny Ross to a 20-man title limit draw. The Strongbow brothers defeated Charlie Fulton and Sweet Hansen at 7:38. The bout replaced the advertised Hansen versus Estrada match. Craig Valentine pinned Rick McGraw at 7:52. WWE champion Bob Backlund defeated Blackjack Mulligan in the bunkhouse match at 16:31. Aggressive referee Jerome Monsoon stopped the bout due to Mulligan's excessive bleeding. Tony Atlas defeated Adrian Adonis. Special Jones defeated Jose Estrada, so for Charlie Fulton. Bob Orton defeated Steve Travis. Jimmy Snuka, WWE Tag Team Champions Mr. Fuji, and Mr. Saito defeated Intercontinental Champion Pedro Morales, Tony Gurria, Alvin Husky in the best 2 out of 3 falls match. 2-1. Fall number 1, Fuji pinned Morales. Fall number 2, Morales pinned Fuji. Fall number 3, Snuka pinned Gurria. On this day in 1992, at a house show in Knoxville, Tennessee at the City Coliseum, Dixie Dynamite pinned Joe Kazana. Jim Golden defeated Robert Gibson. Tim Horner defeated Buddy Lundell via countout. Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team Champion Stan Lane and Tom Pritchard defeated Danny Davis. and Dixie Dynamite. Smoky Mountain heavyweight champion, Smoky Mountain Wrestling heavyweight champion Brian Lee defeated the Dirty White Boy via disqualification. On this day in 1992, at a house show in Osaka, Japan, over 3,860 were in attendance. This was the last SWS show and they deal with the World Wrestling Federation and WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. Paul Sugiwara defeated and Top Goro Tsunuma defeated former hero Niyukura and Hiroshi Hatanaka. Naoki Sano defeated Kanushi Oya. George Takano defeated Kendo Nakasaki to doubles DQ. Hacksaw Jim Duggan defeated Jim Powers. Takashi Ishikawa and Ishikawa and Samson Fuyuki defeated Kamala and Archangel De La Muerte. Kenshiro Tenryu and Harushura Kara. The Ultimate Dragon defeated King Haku, Jerry Estrada, and the Great Kabuki. On this day in 1992, in Nassau Coliseum in Long Island, New York, by the World Wrestling Federation, now WWE World Wrestling Entertainment, that in Nassau Coliseum just under 11,000. Kerry Binary defeated the Brooklyn Brawler. Nails defeated Virgil via submission. Bushwhackers defeated Double Trouble, Val and Tony Puccio. Puccio's received dates as a tour result as a settlement over the Undertaker name, which they copyrighted in IWCCW. The Undertaker defeated the Berserker. The British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith defeated Repo Man. The Natural Disasters defeated WWE Tag Champions The Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase and IRS via countout. Money Incorporated. And WWE Champion the Macho Man Randy Savage defeated Ric Flair via disqualification. On this day in 1992 at a house show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Civic Auditorium, over 3,500 were attendance, owned by the World Wrestling Federation, now WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. Tio Santana defeated Skinner with a flying forearm. Roller Animals defeated Beverly Blake with a clothesline off the top. Rick DeMar Martel defeated Tanaka. Native American Tatanka via countout. The Ultimate Warrior defeated Papa Shango. Rush defeated Kato via submission with a head vice. High Energy, Owen Hart and Coco Beer defeated Nasty Boys, Knobs and Sags via DQ after Jerry Sags hit Coco with his chair. WWE Intercontinental Champion Bret the Hitman Hart defeated Shawn Michaels with a sensational Sherry with a roll up after Michaels excellently hit a running knee on Sherry on the apron when Bret moved out of the way. And on this day in 2002, where it all started, Impact Wrestling was born in Huntsville, Alabama, at the Von Braun Civic Center. TNA was born, baby. The birth of Impact Wrestling, where it all started. The show included an opening sitting with Mike Tenay, Abel Ferrara, and Don West on commentary discussing the NWA's tradition and explaining the rules of the gauntlet for the gold match. A legend ceremony was held with Harley Race, Dory Funk Jr., Jackie Fargo, Bob Armstrong, Sir Sika Joe, Sarah Lee, Bill Beverins, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Steamboat praised the new TNA brand and the new NWA World Heavyweight title. Announced he would referee for the title match later that night. Jared interrupted and called the Battle Royal a joke. Angering Fargo, Ken Shamrock then came out to argue about the gauntlet. Bone Slayer Scott Hall interrupted and told them to both stop crying about it. Featured a backstage segment in which Goldilocks interviewed the puppet, a hardcore midget, and Jared was seen in the background yelling about Fargo, including a backstage segment in which Jared attacked Fargo. Featured a backstage segment in which Goldilocks conducted an interview with the Ducks, who introduced their girlfriend Fluff Duck. drank beer. The veterans interrupted and then told them to stop drinking because they had a match. Including a segment in which NASCAR drivers Sterling and Marlin and Herman Sally were introduced to the crowd. He talked racing with Jeremy Borash until Crush Ron Killings, K Crush Ron Killings, we know was R-Truth in the WWE, interrupted and assaulted NASCAR Brian Christopher, then came out and tossed Crush from the ring before challenging him to a match the following week. Featured Toby Keith singing Angry American until Jerry shoved him out of the way and marched to the ring for the main event. Sonny Siaki, Jimmy Yang, and Jorge Estrada defeated AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn, and Loki at 6:27 when Yang pinned Styles with the Yang time. Siaki, Yang, Estrada dressed as Elvis Presley impersonators called themselves the Flying Elvises for the match. And the honorees from the early Legends ceremony were shown watching backstage and shaking their hands and discussing at the gimmick. T.O. pinned Hollywood at 2:49. The Johnson brothers with Mortimer McCullough defeated James Storm and Psychosis. And the Ducks, fluffed up, defeated Christian York and Joey Matthews. And Ken Shamrock and Miles with James Mitchell won a 20-man battle royal match. Ken Shamrock defeated Miles with a belly-to-belly suplex. Ricky Dragon Steamboat was the guest referee for the bout. So this is where it all started, TNA, when Impact Wrestling was born on TV. The TV show, Impact Wrestling, was called TNA, Total Nonstop Action. So happy 20th anniversary. Now let's go to some pop culture. On this day in 1992, Batman Returns sequel to 1989's Batman was released in theaters nationwide, starring Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Danny DeVito. And here's some sports history on this day. Okay, on this day, all right, here it is. On this day in 1992, on this day in 2012, the Miami Heat defeated the Oklahoma Thunder on ABC's coverage of the NBA the NBA on ABC prior to 2012 NBA Finals. Yeah, the Miami Heat beat the Oklahoma Thunder 104-98. Attendance was 220,003. The American Airlines Arena in Miami, Florida. Game 4. It was Game 4. So that's it. That's my little wrestling history, wrestling birthdays, sports, and pop culture for today. Subscribe to me. I'm the Godfather of Soul, Justin Lewis Fleming. Hit like, comment on the video. Subscribe to me. I hope all of you have a good Father's Day, and I love my dad very much. And happy Father's Day to him in Atlanta. I love him very much. And hope all of you have a good Father's Day. Have a happy Sunday. Have a good evening. And I'll be right back. And tomorrow I'll be doing my wrestling history and birthdays for Monday, June 20th, 2022. Have a good evening. Have a happy Father's Day. And peace. I'm out of here.